Pradip Hotchandani from Prudent Stock Broking now joins us. Pradip, good afternoon. As far as markets are concerned, what is the sense that you get? You believe markets are just waiting for an event? Of course, I'm sure you would not have a view on the event, but it tends to move, a lot of your price charts that you look at.
Hi, good afternoon, Pankaj. Though I was not able to hear your question clearly, just to put things into perspective, we had talked about a range of 8700 to 8860 in last show on Friday. 8700 is the nearest important support. That is where 34 DMA was placed, and that is from where Nifty has bounced back exactly. Now 8860 is where the last Monday we had a big gap down opening, and the upper level of that gap is placed around 8860. So this is the immediate range, but from the larger perspective, yes, after running hard of around 30% plus from the budget day low, Nifty is looking tired. A lot of sectoral indices are showing negative divergence on their weekly charts. Auto index, for example, was a big pillar of this rally, and it had seen a move of more than 50%, and that is showing a negative divergence on weekly charts. Bank Nifty went very close to its previous high of 20,900. So a lot of sectoral indices as well as stocks have achieved the kind of target we had on the upside, and now they are showing signs of fatigue on their larger scale charts. So we are not quite bullish at this juncture. We are not comfortable putting fresh money at this juncture. In fact, we are advising our clients to take out some money in long position where they have decent profit and stay very selective. As I had mentioned last time, auto ancillary, mid-cap pharma and selected housing finance companies are where we are positive, but largely we expect market to consolidate or correct.
As far as, markets are concerned, there's no reason to sell right now, right? If somebody has bought, one should book profits because levels are high. Markets may see a fall coming in, but you're not seeing a major correction coming as if, you want to go and sell in the market.
So, short selling will be warranted once you see a sustained trading below 8700, because that, as I mentioned, is where 34 DMA was placed, and also if you see 8690, that was the low to be precise. And if that is taken out, then you would have a lower top, lower bottom formation placed on daily charts. So I think if that happens, then you will see a minimum downside till about 8540. Even in August, we had a big consolidation phase where 8540 was the floor. So once 8700 is taken out decisively, then 8540 would be the minimum target on the downside. So we are advising our clients to stay on the sideline as far as short positions are concerned, but once 8700 is taken out, then one can even initiate short positions.
As far as stocks are concerned, any view on Eicher Motors? It's up 3.5% now, 24,300.
Yeah, this is clearly has been an outperformer, and this along with TVS Motor, we still think have a room to go on the higher side. Other stocks, as I mentioned, Tata Motor, Hero MotoCorp, Bajaj Auto are looking tired on their weekly charts. Here, I think oscillators are still supporting the up move. So here, I would be comfortable holding on to the stock with a trailing stop loss.
Right. Let's look at the targets that you're looking at for Eicher.
So this is a blue sky scenario for Eicher. So you just have to trail stop loss and keep holding. Whatever the target on that short-term scale, we had a breakout about 23,600. The target of that comes to around 24,300 kind of level, which has been achieved. But as I mentioned, oscillators are still supporting the up move. So here you would do well to hold the stock with a trailing stop loss.
What will be the targets for TVS? Because that has not seen such a great move, but still above the 320, 330 mark, I think, which you told last time.
Yeah, so last time the level I mentioned for TVS was 340. So it went above it intraday, but has not been able to sustain above it. So I would watch out for a closing above 340 for taking fresh longs. In that case, I would see an upside till about 375, 380 kind of levels, because this move is coming after a long consolidation phase. At once 340, which was the earlier top, is taken out decisively, then 10-15% more up move cannot be ruled out.
Right. Pradip, just stay on with us. Just about a minute remaining for markets to shut. I'll come back to you after that. As far as Nifty is concerned, a decent absolute flat move for the market. So we were up about a good 40 points, but then we are closing the markets with about a point in terms of gains. Sensex down 20 points, BHEL down about 2 points or so. Tata Motors 550 marginally into the green. Idea is up about 0.7% and Axis Bank is up about 1%. 6 rupees higher for Axis Bank. Adani Ports absolutely flat, was among the top losers yesterday. ONGC 255, Tata Power 76. Bank of Baroda down 1.6, Yes Bank up about 1% or so, 1220. Coal India was up about 0.5% and Bharti Infratel actually was among the top gainers. I think by far it would be among the top gainers in the Nifty 50 pack. NTPC 0.5% higher, Power Grid down about 1.5%. Kotak Bank down close to 0.6% and Tech Mahindra flat with a negative bias. Infosys 0.6% higher, 1057 and BPCL down about, actually no change for BPCL. Wipro up about 0.5%, 483. Airtel, Bharti Airtel up 1%, 320. Aurobindo Pharma was blinking into red and green throughout the day and Sun Pharma flat with a negative bias. That's the closing bell. 2 points down for the Nifty, 8,774. Top gainer on your screen, Bharti Infratel 5% higher, 372, 373. Actually has been a very, very good performer of late. I think over the last 2-3 days, if you just pull up among the top gainers list, Bharti Infratel would be there. Aisha Motors is also among the names, so it's up 3% right now, 24,178. Hindalco is up 2.5%, 149, 150 for Hindalco. Yes Bank is up 1.6%, 1,221 for Yes Bank. And Tata Steel is up 1%, 369 for Tata Steel. Axis Bank did well. It was up around 1%, 599 for Axis Bank. HUL was up close to 1%, so that was also a heavy weight that was giving some weightage to the market. Axis Bank on your screen up 1%. Let's look at some losers as well. Bank of Baroda 164 was among the top losers, down 1.6 odd percent. 4 million shares in terms of volumes, Bank of Baroda. Power Grid down 1.5%, 175 for Power Grid. Ambuja Cement down 1.2%, 264 for Ambuja Cement. And ITC was down about 1%, 254 for ITC. ONGC 1% lower, so about 254. SBI down about 1% or so, 251. BHEL, Ultratech Cement, ICICI down close to about 1% odd. So overall, looking in largely on the selling side. As far as some of the other names on the broader market space are concerned, so if I just look at the top 200 names and what's happening over there, Jubilant Life was up 5%, 623 for Jubilant Life Sciences. Let's look at that name, Jubilant Life, 623. Bharti Infratel was up around 5%, but it was a part of Nifty as well, so we saw it there. Tata Power did well, 4% higher, 182 for Tata Power. That's another name that did well, 182 for Tata Power. M&M Finance, 2.6% higher, 344 for M&M Finance. Oberoi Realty, Reliance Defence, Muthoot Finance are among some of the names among the gainers, almost up about 2% for each of these names. We were talking to Pradip Hotchandani, is still with us. Pradip, any view on Bharti Infratel? Off late has done decently well.
Yeah, so on a larger perspective, it's still in a major consolidation phase. It's repeatedly taking support at its 34-month moving average, which is placed around 330, 340 region. So for past 3-4 months, it has been taking support around those levels. So this becomes a strong floor. On the higher side, if you look at the movement of last 6 or 7 months, on the higher side, it is taking resistance around 400. So 400 is kind of ceiling, and on the lower side 330, 340 is the support area. So I still see the stock trading in this band. Meanwhile, investor who are holding this stock can continue to hold with a stop loss of 330, 340, but fresh investment above 400 would be advisable.
Fresh investment only above 400.
Yeah.
Right. Any view on United Phosphorus Limited? Off late, a lot of interest into this name, but we saw 3 upgrades coming in, but nothing has happened on the stock.
The stock, the kind of run-up we had, a lot of positive seems have been discounted. Though still the stock is looking good on its weekly and monthly charts, and oscillators are still supporting the up move. Only risk I see is the market risk. Meanwhile, the stock, one somebody who's holding would do well to hold with a trailing stop loss. I think on the lower side, 630 is a decent support on daily charts, which should serve as a stop loss, and one can continue to hold the stock.
Right. If I look at some of the other names in the mid cap space, and what's happening in terms of the broader market's outperformance, M&M Finance has been doing well despite not that great set of numbers. 3% higher, 344. How would you look at M&M Finance?
So M&M Finance has sort of made a double top around 365, 370 region. First, it made this top in July 2016, and then it retested this level in September 2016. So I think this level is a very crucial resistance and supply area, 370 as I mentioned. Once that is taken out, then only the stock would see higher levels. For the time, the kind of run up it had over say last couple of quarters, it needs to consolidate these gains, and I see more sort of consolidation rather than a quick up move on the way up. And 370 I would watch out as a major resistance.
On PC Jewelers, do you have any view? It was up 2% today, but steadily it has been giving good returns.
Can you come again? What is the stock?
PC Jeweler.
Right. So this has been our preferred bet in gems and jewelry space. It had a breakout at 420 kind of level around couple of months back, and since then we have been working with target of around 493, which it has recently achieved. So I think it had a good run up. One would do well to book some, because on the daily chart there is some negative evidence visible. So I think in short term it might consolidate a bit.
Any view on Yes Bank 1221? Has it digested the QIP news fully?
Yes, I think so. Last time we had talked about 1150 as a good support level for Yes Bank. 1150 was where its 20-week moving average was placed, and if you see the steep up move which it had over last couple of months, the first major Fibonacci support level, that is 38.2% retracement level, was also coming around 1150. So we were hoping stock to take some support around this level. Meanwhile, it has also formed a positive divergence on its daily chart. So I think the stock should remain strong, outperformer compared to market in the short term. On the higher side, 1290 is the region where its 34 DMA is placed. So there it will find some supply.